All right, guys, welcome back to a Nifty Network. Today we have a G35, G37 sedan here, and I'm going to be teaching you how to remove your speedometer from the car. Let's get to it. Before we do this, let's go unhook our battery. So take a 10 mil, and just undo that, pull that straight up, just kind of put that out of the way, like that. You don't need to take both off, but since we're right here, there you go. And then we're gonna start off by popping these two little corner, or the little steering column beauty pieces right here. So just get your flathead and kind of pop that in there. Let's try not to scratch this. So that pops out. And then there's gonna be another one, same thing on the other side. And then you're going to take your safety Torx. It is a T30. The difference between a Torx and a safety Torx is the safety Torx actually has a hole in the center of it. A normal Torx will just be solid right there. These require a safety Torx. So if you look in there, there's like a little, like a point that comes out in the center of it. And this fits just perfect in there. Just like that. Alright, so you got that in there. And if it falls in there, don't worry about it because you're taking your airbag off. So you're going to have access in there. 9 times out of 10, they do come off. So you take one off each side, and then just kind of put your finger right here at the top of this, and then slide it out like that, and you're gonna have two cables in here. And you're gonna grab your pick, and there's like a little notch on the bottom of this black thing. Just slide the pick under there. Don't pull it all the way out, just enough to release it, and then you just get under it, pop that out. All right, and then next thing, once you have your airbag off, these two cables right here, there's gonna be like a little scoop for them right there. Oh wow, my light would be dying. Well, it gives you a little strobe effect right now. So just take those two and undo it from that little scoop thing right there, and then you're gonna see a plug right here, and you want to just push right there and slide it forward, and then now the steering wheel is all loose of cables. You're going to grab a 19 and do that. And what I like to do when I'm pulling the steering wheel off is I'll do like a little shimmy first to see if it's going to come off nicely. Oh, and this one does. But if it didn't do that, basically a little trick that you do is kind of tap around it right here, but applying pressure on the bottom. If you tap around it like this, it kind of frees it up, and then do it like that. And there you go. All right, and then in order to get the speedometer off, you gotta take this off. You have to take your turn signals and your wipers off, and then you have to take the lower portion off. So I'll just start right here. You're gonna pop these two little caps off. There's gonna be Phillips heads under there. And when I'm working on a car, I always throw all my screws right here in front of me because you're probably going to be putting it back together. So just make sure not to get out of the car and go set the screw somewhere. And then next there's going to be this little cover right here. You literally just grab it. You just grab it and pull back towards you and it'll come off. Just little push tabs right there. Then there's 2 screws under here. And then we're going to get out of the car. Then we're going to pop this side trim piece off. So just stick your hand under here and lift up until the back pops out, and then pull back so that it pulls it out of there. Then you're going to reach up past the emergency brake. So see that screw right there? You just grab that with your hand and undo that, and then pop this out that direction. And you grab this side piece that pops out, no tools needed. And then underneath here, to release your hood latch cable, there's going to be 2 10s going upward. And then your hood latch cable comes down, and then you're going to take your Phillips, and there's 2 screws that hold the OBD2 port on. So unscrew that. That'll drop down. Once you have your OBD2 port unscrewed, That's all the major things that are connected to it. So you're gonna pull forward on this, pull forward, and then over here pull forward. This will come out like that, and then you're gonna see plugs under here, and you just take these off. So there's 1, 2, and then this one you can get with your fingers. There's just a tab on the back. So there's 3, and then this one right here, 4, and then there's this little air pipe. I'm actually not too sure what that does, but so you get that off, and then you're gonna remove this plate. There's 4 10s on that. And then you're gonna look up at the bottom of your steering column, and there's a Phillips that's hiding way up in there. So I kind of just reach around until you feel it lock in. There you go. And then you're gonna reach in the back of this and pull down. And basically that unhooks it from there. Then you're gonna lift the top up like so. Move your steering wheel column out to make it a little easier. And then there's gonna be 1 plug in here to adjust your steering wheel column. And then you'll come up to here, and I'll fold that forward for the most part, and then I'll grab these plugs here. So there's 1 on the back left, there's that one, and then you have a gray one. And when you're doing this one, you have to do the gray plug before the airbag plug, because it's like a keeper. So this one holds this plug in. So make sure to do the gray one first, and then your airbag there. And then you can just pinch this one on the back side and it'll come out. Then you grab a Phillips and you come up to the top. Only hit these top 2. And then there's going to be 2 tabs on the bottom of the clock spring. So just get your pick and slide that over. And same thing on this side. Just slide that over, and then you'll be able to get your clock spring off. And then once you do that, this will just come straight up like so. And then you're gonna see, this one's kind of hard to see, but if you look under here, so when you're going to take the speedo off, there's gonna be 4 10s that hold it. So there's gonna be 1 there, 1 there, 1 right there. I don't know if you can see it. So there's 1 there, and then 1 right there. So you're gonna take those 4 10s down. But before you do that, you're gonna look over to the start button right here, and you're gonna be able to see a little brown clip. You're gonna want to push that in and unplug that. It'll make your life way easier. And then I'll just get these 10s right now. So there's 1, 2, and this one over here on the left of the steering column is the hardest one to get to. I don't know why they did this way. Okay, so that one's out. Oh, you can actually see it right here. So the really hard one to get to, I mean, I guess if you wanted to get a wrench, you could get to it right there, but on a socket, I just go in from the bottom. And then there's 1 left. Right there. And now the speedometer is free. So you're going to lift the speedo up and kind of tilt it, and you're going to see a little clip right there. The harness just pulls out of that, and then unplug this one and unplug that. So I'm basically just applying pressure on the top of the plug on the release, but since I don't have much torque on that, I can't pull it back. This one's going to be a pain. So once you hear that clip pop out, it just slides out like that. And there you go. That is how you remove your speedometer out of a G35 or G37.